75 during the offseason and extended as early as this summer. It is controlled by Pau Gasol. Here we go at Staples Center, a team that has taken 8 of the last 12 from the Lakers. That's how difficult a matchup it's been, and especially with this guy, Mike Miller. He finds Gasol, and that's the way it begins. Derek Fisher will clear it out.
Well, that's the kind of a play that has become a staple in the NBA these days, whether it's two bigs running the high screen and roll or a big and a small.
Kobe, a three. And almost dropped.
But it's nice to see the arc on the shot. That's what enabled it to get the second and third bounce.
Soft as Conley is too strong. Andrew with the board. So Bynum, his first of the game, averaging 13 and 10. Drew up there in blocks. 11th now in rebounding. At 10.2 a contest. Gasol with the clean block on Fish. Stayed with the play. And avoided the contact. Good play by the big man.
Didn't even jump to get that block.
And Gasol blocked away by Lamar. Gets it back out. A wide open look for Rudy Gay. And the Grizzlies cold out of the box.
So are the Lakers. First team that scores win.
Inside, Lamar. And Luke will have it tapped away. It was the right hand for Lamar. That'll do you in every time. Mike Miller protected it, and he's got the first deuce. So they're first on their 5th try.
How often do you see a team when they absolutely miss a layup, the opposition goes down and scores, regardless whether it's any kind of basket, they're going to score.
Going to be Luke Walton. Time things up. Luke has been a different player. You and I talked about it earlier tonight when we were out there watching him warm up. Basketball IQ and everything else starting to fall into place.
Well, he's always had the good basketball IQ. I mean, one of the things, the main thing he brings to the table is the mindset of the game. He understands the game, and when he's playing with confidence, the other things fall into place.
Darko Milicic gets a little baby hook. If there's anybody as long as Andrew Bynum, look at the length of Darko Milicic as you watch tonight's game.
But not only is he long, he has very long arms as well. Yep. But he only shows that one shot. That's the sort of the jump hook.
It'll be Kobe on the long deuce. Across to Gasol on the board. So the Lakers, high school, 1 out of 5 to begin the game. That's the guy you got to worry about. He can go off for big numbers.
You see that?
Yeah, but more and more I see it, and it's automatic that they get away with it. Shot clock issues. Kobe on the mismatch. And Gasol on the fall away. So Pau Gasol, 27-year-old from Barcelona in his 7th season at 7 even, 260 pounds.
He keeps the ball nice and high over his head. He doesn't really jump high on any of his shots, but because the ball's so high, he gets away with it.
Reposted. Andrew Bynum gave up the dribbles, but now will he bail him out? Almost like a layup when Kobe's got a 12-14 footer. It's 6-4. 3 minutes gone by.
It's like they didn't want to guard him. I mean, he caught that pass, and shot clock was definitely an issue, and they seemingly backed away.
Mike Miller. I mentioned his stroke. 27-year-old, in fact, about a month from now, turns 28, from Mitchell, South Dakota. In his 8th season out of Florida. Career highs last year, 18.5, 5, and 4 assists. Now Luke Walton with the athletic Rudy Gay on him. The dive by Fish. It was a turnover waiting to happen.
Yeah, you always have to know who you're passing the ball to, and that was a play where even if Fish catches it, he's in a crowd. That would have been a difficult play for him to complete.
Fish over Milicic. Andrew Bynum will keep it alive. I think that's high percentage. 8, a little over 8 to play. The Lakers down by 3, 9-6.
Andrew's doing a much better job at all times about, not bringing the ball down to where the smalls can get a piece of it.
Mike Miller, 5, make it 7 early points for Miller. He had that layup. And now, the long deuce after the 3. Kobe got Miller out of position. The contact, out on the floor.
At first he said continuation, then he thought about it and said, no, I'm not going to give you that one, Kobe. Even though you almost sold me on the idea, take it out on the sideline.
Friday night Lakers win it over the Bucks, 110-105, their 5th straight. So that makes it 15-3 over the last 18. Kobe, not the arc we saw earlier. That was kind of flat on his miss from 3. So the Lakers have started the contest 3 for 9. It's their second 3-point try. Haven't converted there. Lamar's athleticism against the length of Gasol. Miller got Kobe out of position. And Mike Miller on miss. Kobe with Luke. And Kobe was tried to give it back to Luke. You figure, you know what? Let's get it done. Get it out of the way.
And I'm not a big proponent of ever throwing the ball backwards. If you're out in front, go ahead and take the shot, because by just making that extra pass, sometimes you can either turn it over or you give the defense another second or so to get into the play. Mark Ivoroni wants to talk it over, and I would too after the missed shot. Nobody was back defensively, and the Lakers making the most of it, especially that man, Kobe Bryant.
NBA and your Los Angeles Lakers.
Just over 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The Lakers trailing the Grizzlies by 3, 11-8, and that man, Andrew Bynum, with 3 early rebounds, one of which is an offensive rebound that he gets and keeps it high, then just bounces back up and makes the high percentage shot with 2 other 7-footers sandwiched him. But it didn't make a bit of difference to Andrew. 25 and 17 Friday against the Bucks. I'd say that'll get the job done.
A career best on the 17 boards. And at the top of the telecast, we talked about a new second option. You know, and it's healthy because it spaces everything. You get the ball inside. Boy, there's going to be room outside. 11-8. Lakers down by 3. Gasol got away. Andrew tried to recover over in time. Pau Gasol.
That was too easy, though. Lakers defensively a little bit lax that time.
Now Kobe up against his Team USA teammate. Contact. He tried to muscle it home. Milicic sat down 4 minutes in the first 12 at Memphis. He was not a factor, and one of the reasons the Lakers had a 16-point lead.
Well, he got
at
in
the end of the first.
Got in a little bit of foul trouble early as he's just picks up his first year. What he has to learn to do, though, is keep the offensive player guessing. He's good on the defensive end because of his length. He blocks shots, but you can't block every one, and you have to make the offensive guy guess.
Well, you can win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Lakers home game, courtesy of Verizon Wireless. And to enter, text Lakers to 66196 by the end of this evening's game. 1 winner per game. Sweepstakes open to residents of L.A., Ventura, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Orange counties. You have to be 18. Just text Lakers to 66196 for alternate entry and rules. Just head over to the website. Go to Lakers.com. Kobe cashes in on a couple of the strike. 4th overall selection, Mike Conley running the show now. Darko bringing it back to his more comfortable hand. Never got the rim, though, so no fresh shot clock. And Mike Miller blew the reverse. Loose ball foul, Pau Gasol. We was saying to Derek Stafford, you're right, it was me. So 1 on each of the big guys now. Gasol with 1 and Milicic.
Gasol telling the official good call, and the official said, hey, you want to tell me that? That was one of the easiest ones I've had all game or all season long. Just go down and play some deep.
Boy, oh boy, I was given a score. Stu, New York 89. This is the final. New York 89, Detroit 65. I thought it was a typo. And I said to our statistician, Dave Davis, please check it. Make sure.
Say, you sure it's not?
Now Andrew Bynum with a left hand. How about the look in and then going back to the baseline?
And that's what I was talking about with Darko. He shows the same move just about all the time on the box. And now Andrew is showing more and more variety in his offensive game.
And that's just what you need out there as a 7-foot 3-point shooter. He's just inside the arc that time. Luke Piquet. Luke gives the Lakers the lead. 14-13 as Luke Walton gets the bucket.
Well, until the Grizzlies get Gay in order here, they're going to struggle. He is vital to their attack. He gets his first hoop on that shot.
He's a leading scorer, the 21-year-old from Baltimore. 2nd season out of UConn after leaving the Huskies program at Jim Calhoun after his sophomore year. You're right. They've got to get him involved. He's just a scary athletic talent. He has got that much going for him early in his career.
And Luke has been doing a good job of making him work on the defensive end in both games so far.
Grizzlies out of fouls, so now a shooting foul coming up for the Lakers. The penalty continues for the Lakers for final 5:31 on that foul.
So fouls on Conley.
Yep.
He's headed to the Pine. No, let me rephrase that. He's headed to the luxury seats.
I was going to say to the seats that are in.
Very comfortable over there. I mean, you don't want to be over there if you're a player, but if you have to be over there, uncomfortable seat to sit in, maybe a little too low. I'm surprised that, you see Phil Jackson sits in a seat that's a lot higher because of to help his hips. I'm surprised all the players don't sit in seats that are just a little bit higher because the seats are too low for them.
Derek Fisher just got 1 of 2, so the Lakers tied at 15. 5:28 to play. They brought Hakeem Warwick off the bench, who seems like he's almost a clone of Rudy Gay. He had a big night against the Lakers. He had not played that many minutes prior to that, though. The switch. Inside, outside. Now Gasol, after the switch, left against Kobe, and it's going to be a loose ball foul. So the basket will count. And loose ball foul in the process.
And is that on Lamar?
Yep. It should be Lamar.
Lamar trying to get the block from behind, and rarely in the NBA do they call a foul after the shot is released like that, but it is a foul. Just as I said, rarely do they give you that opportunity.
And Joe Forte made it clear that it wasn't continuation as much as the basket was already going. You're going to get a free throw. And that's the case. So 18-15 Memphis. The Grizzlies 47% of the outset. Lakers up to 50% on 6 of a half dozen. Fish saves it. That was a balancing act, wasn't it?
Pretty good guy to have as your balancing actor.
Fish for 3. All even. It is tied at 18. So 4 of the 5 starters have scored. Got to get Lamar a bucket. Remember, he didn't score in the last game.
He blew his opportunity. He had a layup earlier that he missed.
Rudy Gay beyond the arc. And it was lucky to get to the rim. So the Lakers looking for early offense. We've seen that regularly this year. It's not there. They had a great night fast break-wise. Kobe got away. He'll go to the line, create a contact with Rudy Gay.
Well, you can see him struggling a little bit, especially early in the game. He's trying to get that little bit of a second wind when you're ailing like as he is. Then as the game progresses on, he gets a little weaker and weaker. But the guy will not stay off the basketball court as he takes Rudy Gay all the way to the rack, gets the basket and one. So Kobe going to the line, see if he can get point number 9.
Yeah, a lot of guys around the league were saying everybody should be as sick as Kobe was if they can get 37 like he did on Friday night. 37, and he had 16 of those in the fourth.
Well, they can be that sick easily. They just aren't that good.
What kind of pass was that? Lowry just checked into the game and trying to direct it. It'll be a tip. Milicic talked about his length. Not many guys can do that with Andrew Bynum.
So Andrew kind of mistimed the jump, was out of position, or else he wouldn't have been able to do it that time, I don't believe.
The Lakers by a point, 21-20. Lamar Odom. Now all 5 are on the board. So the 5 starters have scored inside of 4 to play, and 23 up there already for the Lakers. Third highest scoring team in the NBA at almost 108 per game. Mike Miller had some space.
And he doesn't need any space.
Lamar coming over. Miller crashed it with the glass, got it anyway. So that's 9 points for the very talented Mike Miller, who averages 16 a game. Kobe trying to back him down. Got inside. He got the contact again. It's going to be Milicic's second, so he's going to sit down.
Very similar to what happened in the game a week or so ago when he picked up a second early foul in the first quarter as Kobe working over Mike Miller. The defense is there. There's 3-4 guys, but Kobe somehow uses his body to get into the body of Darko and get the call in his favor. Because at the top, Darko got some ball, but also got some elbow.
Kobe gets the first of 2, so they go to the bench again. We've already seen Kyle Lowry. And now they'll go small as Milicic sits down, and they go to Juan Carlos Navarro.
That means that Rudy Gay has to guard Lamar Odom. So if you're Lamar, you take him to the box. That's where most young players have their biggest growth. They have to grow defensively. So when you come out of college or high school, whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden you're facing these talented offensive players, you got to get it done. As Pau Gasol obviously is cut, and they have 30 seconds to stop the bleeding or else sit him down.
We have 3:24 to play in the first quarter. Memphis comes into this game dead last in the Southwest Division. Their owner, Michael Isley, was just talking to the media there, and he thought that they'd get off to a slow start, but he also thought that they would pick up the pace. So they're far behind where he thought they'd be. They're 10-26, 4-14 on the road. They've lost 3 straight, 2 of the 3 coming here on this 3-game road trip. This is the last one. Played Friday night at Golden State, lost 116-104. Lost a heartbreaker at Sacramento, 116-113 the night before on Thursday at Arco. Mark Ibaroni trying to get them into a run and gun motion like Phoenix. February 17th, the day to write down. World's best drivers returning to Fox. 50th running, the Great American Race. Fox Sports, exclusive home of the Daytona 500. It's February 17th, all in high definition. Miller on his way to the free throw line again, too easy. A lot of points given up by the Lakers early tonight. That's 11 for Mike Miller.
Well, it came off of a curl that time. Andrew Bynum was out at the corner of the free throw line, so he wasn't in position to make a defensive play, and Lamar was just a second late or so stepping in to try to make a play of his own to get the call, the foul, the basket, and a free throw.
5th overall selection back in 2000 of Orlando. A couple of years there and the Grizzlies. The deal for Drew Gooden. He can't convert, believe it or not, on the three-point play. 3:10 left. Such a good stroke. Not that low. At the free throw line. The Lakers by 1. Andrew Bynum over Gasol. Shot touch.
Well, again, they left Gasol on that island by himself, and Andrew said, okay, I'm going to show the more seasoned veteran that I can make it work on the box.
6 and 5 early. Mike Miller's got it going early, doesn't he? That's 13 for Mike Miller on 6 of 8 from the field.
Joe Jackson up in a hurry to take the timeout. He's seen enough of the screens and the curls by Mike Miller. He's going to make some kind of a defensive strategy move here, and that's vital for coaches. What kind of in-game adjustments do you make? And Miller says, you better make something, or I'm going to put it on you.
Of a thinking game. As a result, he watches an hour of tape a day and works a lot with the coaches on recognizing and executing different pick and rolls. He said he was prepared to see the Lakers run 4 different pick and rolls tonight. Says he still makes a lot of mistakes, and you can probably expect him to make a few against the pick and roll today, but he learns from them, and he says his confidence is getting higher and higher every game, and as we all know, that's very important for a rookie in the NBA. Joel?
All right, Lindsay, he's been a winner everywhere he's been. He won a state high school title, a young man from Indianapolis, only 20 years old, so long way to go, but time on his side. Also got to the NCAA championship game, his only year in college. So it's starting to come together. Now he's back from a long layoff, a shoulder problem. Jordan Farmar has checked in for the Lakers.
So has Trevor Ariza.
For subs for the Lakers. Joining Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom, and Kobe.
And the Grizzlies come out of the timeout in a zone, and that'll make the Lakers junk the play that Phil wanted to run and ad-lib.
Kobe weaving his way. It'll be Lamar on the run. Little scoop runner. Don't see it often from Lamar. It worked, though. 29-26. 4 points early for Lamar. Not a lot of D in this puppy. 65% shooting for the Lakers. Make it 52% for the Grizzlies. Rudy Gay. They tried. He's got a good stroke.
He does, really does. But right now they've got a guy that's as hot can be, and Mike Miller. They've got to run plays or get the ball to him and milk it as long as possible.
Now pick and roll action. Wanted to go back to Lamar on the box. Instead, Farmar. And Lamar trying to chase it down. He's out of bounds, though. Hand down on the ground while he was touching the basketball, says Derek Stafford.
And you know the officials never make a mistake. I'm not saying he did, because I thought he was out of bounds myself. The whole idea is, don't question the officials. Mistakes? Do they?
Never. Ever. Still looking at the tape. 95 seconds left of the first 12. Rudy Gay. And you're right. Where's Mike Miller? Navarro. He's picked it up lately. Boy, Andrew got up that time, didn't he? He deflected it. Now, the Lakers don't have numbers. As Kobe will slow it up against Mike Miller. Waiting for Lamar. Instead, picking himself. And spins it home. Man, that was like a pool shot.
And this is a shooter here. You got to get to him.
Flat shot for a shooter, isn't it?
Yeah, but he can shoot.
He had 20 in the Sacramento game. And that ended a long dry spell. That shooter, as Kobe was working against Navarro. And on the little step back, Jordan Farmar with a loose ball foul coming over the back of Lowry. move on.
Good attempt by Jordan, but obvious foul. I don't know how Kobe scored his last one. It seemed like it was well short, but somehow it hits the rim, below the level of the rim, but crawled over with all that English or whatever was on it. The ball kept spinning and spinning and found itself in.
Yeah, like Mike Miller, double figures for Kobe, and also similar to Miller, 13 points for Kobe. He's gotten 5 of 13 at the free throw line. Miller does not have any at the stripe yet.
So, there's the kind of a play that doesn't show up in the stat sheets. The coaching staff, they have people that chart that kind of a thing, where Trevor Ariza deflected that pass. It goes out of bounds, gives it back to the Grizzlies, but prevented a possible layup.
Gay setting up Lowry, and Kyle Lowry wide open up top. So a young man they took in the first round last year, second season, out of Villanova.
Phil's not going to be happy about giving up 29 and counting points in the first 12 minutes.
Inside, it'll be 3 in the key on the Lakers. So 3-second violation. 2-point game, and it goes back to the Grizzlies on the Lakers' second turnover.
Well, Kobe was out front dancing with the basketball, and the two bigs were in the paint trying to decide who was going to punch their dance card. So they were just standing there and got caught. You're looking at 29 points and counting here. They'll go for the last shot. Phil Jackson can't be happy about that.
Now, way too many. Mike Miller. And Gay was not ready.
If he'd have been ready to lay up.
Yep. Kobe at the buzzer. So the Lakers go to the break with a 2-point lead, but giving up too many to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, way too many to the Memphis Grizzlies. Lakers have to tighten up their defense. Coming up next, a birthday surprise for that man, Ronny Turiaf. Happy 25th
to Spokane. Ronny Turiaf, the unusual path to get to the NBA. It's his big heart, though, that got him here. Ronny Turiaf before the bigs tonight. 9:30 FSN West, guys.
All right, Patrick, and that is something you definitely want to see. As Kobe Carl is into the game early with Kwame Brown. Also Trevor Ariza. Hakeem Warwick has just come in for the first time for the Memphis Grizzlies. And Lamar Odom, the only starter on the floor right now for the Lakers. That's how it begins. Shot clock issues. Lamar up. It was too long. Lamar pulls it away. So the Lakers by 2. Gasol is going to be Lamar's assignment. Kwame will have Hakeem Warwick. Bandits picked up. Kwame kept it away from Warwick.
And that's a task because Warwick is a jumping jack. You must keep him off the glass.
Well, Kwame's had some moves. He says he's off balance. He needs his timing. They move it well. Lots of touches, but now Jordan looks up at the clock. Yep. It'll be a 3 from Farmar. Kwame after it. Gasol's got it. Been a roller coaster ride over the last couple of weeks for the second unit. Almost like an all or nothing at all kind of thing. Popped out on Hakeem Warwick. And Lakers give it away. Warwick checking in his 3rd season on Syracuse. First round pick of theirs. Yes. Guess who? Mike Miller. 16 points for Miller, right on his average. And he is 7 of 9. So don't leave the shooter whatever you do. And he is the one shooter you have to account for.
Well, you just have to push him to help. I mean, I've said it many times. If I'm your teammate, I can't help you if you're allowing your man to shoot jump shots.
Jordan Farmar got so far into the basket. Tough angle.
I thought he was going to have a throw down there. He decided to just lay it up gently.
2 minutes gone by. Lakers by 133-32. Trying to go 14 over 500.
See that time how Trevor stayed on his hip and made him put the ball on the floor to help?
Hakeem Warwick. His first basket of the game.
He's worked on his outside game because when he came into this league, boy, you would just pay him to take a 15-footer.
He had 43 starts last year, Stu, and trying to get minutes this year as Kobe Carl lost the handle. Turnover is the 4th of the game for the Lakers. Miller feeling it, figures why not. I don't blame him. 19 for Mike Miller, 37 of 33. Season high, 31. His career best, 45. The Lakers have had issues with this franchise.
He might have 45 before halftime. The rate he's going.
Kwame, isolation once it's back, and he'll get it. Right by his man and blows another one. Boy, he gets it. He gets great looks. Got to be a finisher soon. He only played A little more than 10 minutes on Friday night. His fewest for a long, long time. But if the misses continue, the sparse minutes will too. Kobe Carl kept Navarro away from it. The battle of the little guys. Now Farmar changing directions. Thought he'd go on the reverse instead. It'll be Trevor Ariza with a triple. And the Lakers back within one. It had been before that an 11-2 run for Memphis.
There it is. Just an example of inside out. Whether it's throwing it into the post and getting it out, or like Jordan just did, dribble penetration and then push it out.
Pau Gasol. That is a strange looking release.
He has some good results with it most of the time.
Hey, 43 his last game in the loss. The season high 43 and not off. Far off his career best. 10 of the shot clock. Kwame blows by Gasol. That's what he can give you. He's very athletic, because we all know for his size, but can he get it down?
Gasol isn't going to make your all-defensive team to begin with, so you've got to take advantage of certain opportunities. And that time, Kwame made it pay.
38-37 as Kwame's on the board. And Farmar takes advantage of Gasol's obviously lack of awareness. Kobe Carl. He got inside. All of a sudden, it fell apart. Gasol, nice touch pass. And his partner, Lowry, won't give him an assist.
He tried to shoot it up over Kwame. Kwame really didn't jump the block with that effectively, but effectively shot.
Lamar, Glasser. He took it hard against Warwick, didn't he? Bodied him well. Now Lamar with a half dozen. And with this unit out there, Lamar's got to be a force offensively.
Well, they just have to play denial on that man, Mike Miller. Make somebody else be the scorer.
Gasol, it'll stay in play. And now the loose ball foul on Warwick. Going the other way for the Lakers as we go to a timeout.
As so often happens with leapers, they just don't concede a lot of time and come over your back. 7:12 to go in the half, and Lamar said, you might be able to leap. Can you reach this long left arm? Riding while he's hot. The Lakers better hope he tires out a little bit. Maybe Mark Alberoni will give him his first rest. Give the Lakers defense a chance to catch their breath. 8 out of 11 from the field in 17 minutes. Mike Miller with 19 first half points.
He is truly one of the most natural, pure shooters in the NBA. He was third in the league last year. In three-pointers made, I mentioned, came over from Orlando. So this is his 5th year in Memphis, and it turned out well. They got him for Drew Gooden since moving on to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And a lot of speculation about him last year going to Sacramento in a deal for Mike Bibby.
Yeah, the birthday man gets into the game. Ronnie Turiaf checking in for Lamar Odom.
So Lamar getting a break. Ronnie saw him get into the building tonight, right about the same time with his mother, who's here for his birthday. Ronnie, not a bad way. Good start on your birthday.
Happy birthday, Ronnie.
Probably signaling mom if they're right now. 42-37. Lakers by 5, and that matches their largest lead so far. Rudy Gay struggled against Golden State on Friday night. Now he's on the floor with Warwick, and Warwick trying to do too much. So off the turnover, George Farmar made Navarro look like a statue.
Well, Navarro didn't attack. Defense is a reactionary position, so if you always are reacting, you're going to be in a bad way.
It's an 11-0 run for the Lakers. They're up by 7. Milicic had it deflected. Farmar again, this time against Lowry. Different story. And the over-the-shoulder didn't work.
Jumped away from the foul by turning his body that way.
Rudy Gay. Scoop won't work. Farmar pushing the tempo. His kind of game. Kobe will set it up for Jordan. And Farmar gets the triple.
Jordan says, I can't make a layup, although I did make it a difficult try, so let me step away from the paint and do my specialty. He is really knocking the perimeter game down this year.
7 points, couple of assists, couple of boards for Jordan Farmar. That's in 9 minutes. Thrown away, Farmar's got it.
Well, again, people dribbling that shouldn't be dribbling. That time, Darko. You can't dribble with a set defense.
Nothing there early in the offensive set, so pull it back out.
Score here, and Mark Alberoni must take a timeout.
Kobe up against the smaller Kyle Lowry. Lowry did almost take it away. Shot clock down. 3 ball short by Kobe. Next whistle will get one anyway. Inside. 6 to play. Navarro, short, looking for the foul, didn't get the call. So the Grizzlies way down now after a hot start. Luke got away from the smaller man. Big rolls it home, and yes, he wants the timeout as soon as they get it across the half-court line. How about 16 unanswered?
He should have called the timeout after the Lakers' previous basket, not this one. Let a little bit of momentum get away from him there, and now the Lakers have opened up a nice little cushion here of 12, 49, 37. Jordan Farmar coming in off the bench and making things happen with his shot.
Rules and alternate entry at staples.com/score. It all ends at the end of this month. Well, a favorable schedule for the Lakers to start January. There's no question about that. Now, they're starting to capitalize on games that got away from them. Can it continue tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies? The Lakers are 13-2 against losers this year, sub-500 teams. Mike Conley is back into the game. Kobe chasing Mike Miller, and man, was he chasing him. Rudy Gay on the run, and on the reverse, too strong. Andrew Bynum will clear it out. Ronny Turiaf came over to affect that. Tough catch by Turiaf. He maintained it, and I don't want it, you take it. Mike Miller. Kobe will poke it out. It'll belong to Rudy Gay and the Memphis Grizzlies. That was fast and furious out of the break.
Yeah, that was. There was some steam on the pass that Kobe threw to Ronny. Ronny couldn't get his hands up in time to catch it. Goes over right now and tells Kobe, my bad. That was a tough one to handle. I talked about the only things to do with Mike Miller is to play the type of denial. Don't let him touch the ball. And Kobe on that last possession for Memphis really shadowed him everywhere.
They were sliding guys all over the place trying to get a little bump on Kobe.
Well, when Kobe wants to lock up, he can lock you up.
So the dry spell, 5 minutes for Memphis.
16 zipped in that time.
49-37 Lakers. Trying to keep pace with Phoenix. Phoenix won last night at home. Last touch by Luke Walton. Jumping the pass. Deflecting it away from Rudy Gay. 13 left on the shot clock.
When you have a guy that they set a lot of screens for, it's important now for Luke not to square up to that baseline and protect against that screen.
Mike Miller setting up. Mike Conley. Conley. The southpaw gets the three to end the dry spell.
That's all right, though. They're making somebody other than Mike Miller take those shots.
Was it tapped? No.
I didn't think it was tapped.
I thought it was a clean, went out of bounds on the pass. I didn't think it was touched by anybody.
The only thing that influenced the officials to think that it might have been tapped was the fact that Mike Miller made such an effort to get to it, but then decided to let it go out of bounds.
That's 6 early turnovers for the Lakers. They have been really clean when it comes to that. Conley getting it inside for Darko.
You see, there's his shot. That's his arsenal right there, that jump hook. He does that just about 90% of all of his attempts.
Pitch, long two. So decisive Derek Fisher, and why not after what he did against them last time. Fish has 6. The Lakers lead by 9. Conley making the pass. The Lakers stayed at home on the play. Boy, what an assignment that Miller is playing as well. It'll be back to Gasol. Now the mismatch inside. That was as short as you can be for a guy that size. The slam by Rudy Gay. The athletic one we've been talking about. Got inside. Didn't need much space, did he?
That's the way you finish. Well, he did that so quick. Ronny was trying to give support, but couldn't get there in time.
Only a second basket on his 8th try. It's a struggle, like it was last night. Kobe thought about it over Mike Miller. Ronny now 1 for 2. Bynum couldn't. It'll go down to Gasol, and Gasol. The Lakers get beaten back. Didn't have the defensive balance. Give up an easy one.
And a 12-point lead is gone, isn't it?
51-46, cut in half. So Andrew Bynum, not many touches since he's come back onto the floor. Isolation play. And right pass. Darko Milicic.
Well, Mark Ivoroni said he was traveling, but he wasn't. He kept his anchor foot on the floor, his pivot foot on the floor. He moved his non-pivot foot twice. Obviously, you can do that as often as you want.
Pick and pop. Man, Mike Miller didn't get it that time after the bump. Now Luke. In and back out. And Kobe takes the three. 56-46. Kobe with 16.
Boy, he is really gasping for air, though. A lot of it's because he is chasing Mike Miller everywhere through all the screens, and it's a good idea since Mike had an early 19.
They leave Conley again. Vandy gets him again. So Mike Conley, who's averaging, well, as a starter, close to 10. Overall, a little more than 6 a game with 4 assists.
Well, he's made a couple now. Now you have to rush at him a little bit sooner.
Kobe's got back-to-back threes. That's 19 for Kobe.
Kobe can do that anytime, though. But, you know, it's not a lot of times you see Connolly knocking down a lot of three-pointers.
59-49 Lakers by 10. Gasol, good look.
That's a free throw.
Yep. Andrew dropped down, looking for the dribble penetration. So it didn't develop. Kobe right back to Andrew. Doubling Andrew. Andrew using the offense. And Andrew, little baby runner. So he's got double figures, 10 and 8. He's got to worry about using that off arm like that.
That was very close.
Yeah, he was using the off arm. Not quite a hook, but just to create some space.
Just putting it away from your body can influence the efficiency.
Conley walking with a basketball. Derek Fisher let him backpedal his way into that turnover.
But Derek did a good job of anticipating that he wanted to spin back, and that's what caused the turnover. The Lakers doing the job. That man gasping, but when he gets the ball in his hand, you don't have to worry about it. Andrew Bynum working in the post. Darko, I don't think you can handle him, and nobody can handle Kobe inside or out.
Yeah, the Lakers at almost 60% shooting. Kobe with 19 to match, 19 from Mike Miller. And so far here in the second, how about 65% for the Lakers in the second 12. 13 of 20. Well, Jordan Farmar got him going early. Some takeaways with the second unit out there. In back contributions. 4 guys off the bench. First half, 14 points for the bench.
Second unit doing a pretty good job first half.
Kobe jumping it back. Good option, and Andrew lost it. For one of the few times we've seen he lost it on his way.
He was getting ready to have a throwdown.
Mike Miller held up by Lamar Odom. That is the first team foul.
Yeah.
Neither team has taken a lot of free throws in this game. Not a lot of whistles. When you have that many points, they're flying up and down.
That's the equivalent, though, of their 4th team foul since it's in the last 2 minutes of the quarter. So the next one will send the Grizz to the charity strike, if there is an next one.
Mike Conley, 2 early fouls. Bobby Jones has checked in. 10-day contract signed by the former Washington Huskies. He's out for the final few seconds. Conley, short that time, and Andrew Bynum. 10 and 9. Close to a double-double by the young man in the first half. Now the Lakers play for the final shot.
That's becoming routine for him.
And Kobe weaves his way to the teardrop. He's upset with himself and the lack of a call.
Yeah. I don't think he's too upset at himself, but he's sure upset at those guys with the whistles. He showed them where he thinks he got hit.
So the Lakers go to the break up by 10, shooting a big number. Still 57%. 61-51. Let's head down to Billy Mack and the guys. Jack in the Box halftime report.
Check it out. Staples Center, downtown Los Angeles. It is halftime. Thank you, Joel. We are here for the Jack in the Box halftime report. Lakers on top of the Memphis Grizzlies. Billy Mack along with Norm Nixon. Let's start breaking things down. We got to start with Kobe Bryant after that huge game when he was feeling under the weather. He's back at it again in half number 1, Norm.
Well, and he's still feeling under the weather, so I think we should try to give this guy the flu bug before every game because he's shooting the ball very well and also dishing the ball. So Kobe put together a nice, complete first half.
Yeah, but as you were saying to me, you played a lot of years in this league. Happens quite often. Guys aren't feeling good. They're injured. They're banged up. You just got to suck it up.
You have to suck it up and you have to play. And a lot of times when you have respiratory or cold, it's just a matter of sitting down, taking the breaks when you need. But players have a tendency to focus more when something's wrong.
Why is he scoring more?
Side of that is, as far as slowing him down, you might want to try to shut out everybody else because he can score.
Lakers start with it to begin the second half. Kobe, little stutter step, can't lose Miller. Shot clock coming down, the fall away is up. And Lamar at the inside position, trying to wrap it around inside, but the Lakers get a break. He wanted to go to Andrew Bynum. Tight corners. Kobe all the way to the hole, and Milicic just got his third foul.
Again, Kobe recognized that he had a smaller player on him. Not that that made a difference in Conley. So he just backed him into the paint. Helped defenses there by Darko Milicic, and third foul on Darko. So Kobe goes to the line to start the third quarter.
Yeah, Kobe has talked to the staff. What he is matched up with, and we saw guys like Mo Williams on Friday night, a couple of others from the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a mismatch. And he said to the staff, it's a mismatch all the time lately. These guys are 6'2", 6'3", the most. Kobe's a legit 6'6". Said, just get me the ball.
But when isn't it almost a mismatch with him? I mean, come on, the guy's so good. You put somebody on him his size, and it seems to be a mismatch. He's just an offensive machine.
So Kobe gets a couple to the free throw line. He's up to 21. He's also 7 of 7 at the stripe. Make it. 2 more coming to the free throw line. So the Lakers picked their spots, and it pays off a game with pressure.
They trapped Miller, and he tried to give the ball back to Gay, who had taken the ball out of bounds, and Kobe shot the gap. Right there to get the steal and the foul, so he's right back to the charity stripe. That's the way you run your full court press or full court pressure. Spring it on them every once in a while. Don't feed them a steady diet.
Well, you remember the last guy to try to do that, Rick Pitino with the Boston Celtics. That was mutiny on the bounty.
And that ended up being a layup drill for the opposition. You can get away with it at the lower levels because they don't have a lot of real good ball handlers. But if at this level, you do that, and they're going to attack you, and it's going to be very difficult for you to stay above water.
Kobe comes off a 37-point game. And before that, he really didn't impose himself offensively. Didn't need to, because it was shared so well.
Well, he was sick that night, remember?
Yes, that's right.
Just like he's sick tonight. When he's sick, he's dangerous.
22 points, and that's his first miss at the free throw line. 8 of 9. Fish up against the Rook, 20-year-old Mike Conley. So we're in the opening minute of the second half. The Lakers trying to go 14 over 500. Well, he hit the threes as Luke will save it and get the board out to Kobe.
But he's not shooting the ball with confidence, he being Conley.
Kobe flat on that shot. Not a lot of arch on it. Mike Conley hit a couple beyond the arc, but that's when he was wide open. He really got to step into it. Wasn't a quick release. That's a quick release. Rudy Gay. He is now 3 of 9. He's in his last 2 after starting out 1 for 7.
Well, they've got to get him a couple of easy hoops, not make him do everything off the dribble.
Andrew Bynum up against Darko. The baby hook, not close. Kobe kept it alive, and Mike Miller will take it away. So Andrew, up to that point, was 5 of 7. A turnover, gives it back to the Lakers.
Well,
that is the 8th turnover.
Nice idea by Gay, but when you want to change direction, especially with a crossover, nice low crossover, but he didn't bend down to meet the ball, and it just skipped right under his hands and went out of bounds. Bend the knees.
Kobe drawing the attention of Conley as well. That's what happened last game. Now, little step through, quick release, and takes it away to get it back. So an extra opportunity. Kobe didn't quit on the play. It'll be Luke stepping into it. Right back to Lamar Odom. Third try for the Lakers. Beautiful pass. Lamar with Luke diving.
That is what Lamar likes to do better than anything. That's why I say he's more of a third scorer as opposed to a number 2 scorer. His mindset is just sharing the ball and doing something for others, as he showed to Luke Walton.
He just got his 3rd foul. You're right on the 3rd option, though. He's much more comfortable as a 3rd option.
Yeah, he's definitely, in my mind, more comfortable that way. And it almost becomes ideal for the Lakers because you want ideally you want your number 2 option to be in the paint.
Fish called for the armbar. For the Lakers, it is their 2nd team foul. 2 team fouls apiece so far. 9:39 left in the 3rd.
If looks could kill, Derek gave that official a look like you have got to be joking me on that call.
Yeah, he's a rook, and not a rook this year. Only his 2nd season. Sean Wright, way off. You can see that out of the hands of Rudy Gay. Mike Miller, and hard off the back of the rim.
Been so long since he had a shot.
Fish, he wasn't going right. And Conley will get the loose ball foul on it. Derek is probably surprised that it was that easy.
Yeah, it ended up being a very easy shot, but he didn't get it high enough on the glass. If he throws it up just, obviously, a little bit higher, it's an easy deuce.
It wasn't contested. So Fish getting his second foul. There's only 2 fouls over the last 45 seconds.
Well, you can get them in bunches in this game.
So tonight Memphis, tomorrow night Seattle. And a step back, Rudy Gay. Man, I thought it got the rip. Instead, a finger roll, and unfortunately Andrew Bynum took a shot. And he's holding on to his right knee, unfortunately. Oh, man, making his left knee.
And he's not even attempting to get up. So the Lakers take a timeout. As athletic trainer Gary Vitti goes down, and first thing they like to do is to talk to the person and find out where it hurts, what you think happened, so that then they can make a determination. We'll have more. Putting any weight on the left leg at all, that's not a good sign. And you know, the same scenario, when I say scenario, last season, Lakers were rolling along and then the injury bug hit. So let's just hope it's nothing serious. It seems like he gets his foot caught up with Lamar Odom's foot and his knee either torqued or something, and very serious because he went down in a heap and immediately grabbed that left knee. Boy, that's just bad news.
Awful news. And as you can see now, he can't put anything down on it.
But you know, and I'm wishful thinking here. A lot of times, especially when you're young like that, you're so afraid. You know, there's pain, but you're so afraid. Then you go in the locker room and they, give you a chance to get a little bit of the fear out of your system, and then it seems like it's not as severe. And that's what I'm hoping is the case with Andrew. But we'll have to wait until we get a medical report from the Lakers.
So Kwame takes over. And as soon as we hear something from the locker room, Patrick O'Neal is back there as we speak. You will get the news. So Fish, Kobe, Luke Walton, Kwame Brown, and Lamar out there for the Lakers. And everybody here at Staples Center stunned. Lamar Odom.
Yeah, I mean, a collective silence when he got up and then was helped off the floor.
Lakers by 11, 66-55. Pick and roll action. So switches now. And Rudy Gay denied the first time. Will get the second. And Kwame's arm came down, so Kwame's got the foul.
You're saying he walked under him.
Man.
Used his body to get underneath the shooter. Because Kwame really didn't elevate at all. When I say elevate, leave the floor in his jump attempt. So 3-point opportunity coming to Rudy Gay.
He's got 8 points and 5 boards, averaging 19 a game, their leading scorer. Doesn't get the 3-point play. 66-57, Lakers by 9. There is shock still in this building. Luke Walton trying to dump it over to Kwame, taken away by Rudy Gay. Tough pass, but got to rip it away.
And you can see that the step in the Lakers has declined a bit since the injury to Andrew. They've got to somehow get that out of their system. I'm sure they're concerned, but they've got a game to take care of business in.
Conley on the lob. Kobe fingers it off the window. 68-57, Lakers by 11 as Kobe's got 24. Andrew, the only other one in double figures with 10. Kobe took away the backdoor pass. Now Gay. Give it to Conley. He's got a couple of threes. It'll stay at just 2. And out of bounds. Warren. Smart play by Luke. Back away from it. Don't sell it to the official like you touched it last, even if you did.
Well, Gay knew he touched it last, so he tried to retrieve the ball, and obviously unsuccessful in his attempt. So with the Lakers up by 11, they get possession.
Too good to be true, wasn't it? 24-11 going after 14 over 500 for the first time since 2003-2004 season. And now, as as Kobe was long on that floater.
Give Darko some credit. He was there and he, challenged a bit and made Kobe arc it just a little bit more than he normally does.
Rudy Gay will get closer. Nobody came out to get him. I'm surprised Darko sent it out, though. He had Luke Walton on his back.
Until he becomes a guy that demands the ball in the post and then makes something happen once he gets it.
Lamar blocked away by Gasol. Gasol will retrieve it. So 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third. Conley all the way to the hole. He's not going right. 68-59. The Lakers by 9. 43% shooting. So Memphis 49% for the Lakers. They were at 56% at the half.
Lakers need something to jumpstart this crowd too, because they're still stunned.
Kobe going to the line, coming under the arms of Mike Miller and drawing the foul. But you're right. It's just silent in this building. Everybody's waiting to find out about Andrew Bynum.
When Kobe squares up, when he catches the ball, faces up without committing his dribbles, defensively, you have just got to discipline yourself to not put your arms out. You've got to just now think, I'm just going to try and keep him leveled off. Because as soon as you put your arms out, he swings up and under them and gets that foul.
25 for Kobe. 6:17 to play. We're still waiting word from the Lakers locker room, but maybe some time. So the Lakers creating the opportunities, getting there, capitalizing. It helps to have Kobe taking most of them, as he's now 10 of 11 at the free throw line, 85% this year. 11-point Laker lead.
Kobe only with one foul, and so he's got a lot of fouls to use chasing Mike Miller around.
Now off the rub, Miller gives it back. Luke pops it away from Gay. Goes right back at it, though. Man. Good job by Luke and Kwame coming over to help out, putting Gay in a tough position. Lamar on the run, and Fish found him.
That's a nice job by Derek Fisher. Never looked at Lamar, but what a play.
Conley lost it, going out of bounds. They say Kwame touched it last. 72-59. Lakers lead is 13, and the match is their largest lead of the game.
Kwame agreed with the official. I didn't think Kwame touched it last either. I thought it was Conley who touched it last. But
it's almost like Joe Forte said, I could have called a reach on you or a bump.
Yeah. What do you want? Do you want me to give him the ball or call a foul on you?
So the Grizzlies looking for options to size Mike Miller offensively. It's not there.
Well, right now they have to, because Kobe has turned it to the Minister of Defense. He is shadowing him like crazy.
He has definitely blanketed Conley. Conley had 19 early. He hasn't scored since. Kwame posting up Pau Gasol. And a couple of free throws coming up for your main man at the free throw line.
My guy. All right, Kwame. We had a long talk in the locker room. So let's see what you do with your first two free throws here. Played 11 minutes thus far, and depending upon the injury to Andrew Bynum, Kwame may be seeing a lot of minutes in the very near future.
He is 11 for 27, 41% at the stripe. Making 11 for 28.
The Lakers were in transition just a couple of possessions ago and talked about how a Fish, without looking at Lamar, because he knew where Lamar was after Lamar passed him the ball. And that pass by Derek just shows where the Lakers have had their biggest improvement position-wise this year, and that's at the point guard position.
Couple of misses by Kwame. So it stays a 13-point Laker lead. This is the first trip to the free throw line tonight. He's trying to slow things down. Conley runs the point for this team. They just brought in Bobby Jones for Rudy Gay. Gay has struggled tonight. Conley free. And by Conley, that's for his range. 72-61. As Conley has 10. He is at 50% of his 8 attempts.
And he's going to have to take and make those shots, because defensively, that's the guy they lead.
Kobe, before Bobby Jones could recover, puts the Lakers up by 14. 29 for Kobe. Bobby Jones, and I mentioned, Gay sat down 4 of 16. Lamar comes away. It's the same kind of struggle that Gay had on Friday night. And that's their leading score. Kwame's there. Man, he thought it was shoved underneath.
And I agree with him. I thought that the defender went under him a bit, and that's why he ended up so far under the basket.
Conley doesn't get the roll. Bobby Jones will keep it alive. And finally, Milicic. So Lamar left by himself under there. Kwame didn't get back and get involved. That's 8 points for Darko.
Well, there are three other guys on the Laker team that can get in there and help you on the rebounds. You can't always just rely on your bigs to get all the boards.
Fish will go to the line. He'll shoot 2 as he waited patiently for the big guy go by and drew the foul.
Well, offensively, the Lakers are really dissecting the Grizzlies' defense. That isn't the issue. The Lakers are really a confident team, it seems, offensively. What they need to do is develop that same sort of swagger on the defensive end. And when they can get the feeling that good about themselves there, then they'll be a better team.
Fish got 2 misses tonight. That's rare for a guy who's 9th in the league at 88%. Well, on January 20th, the LA Sports Council, FSN Prime Ticket, present LA Sports' greatest moments of 2007. We're going to count down the top 10 moments of the years. We celebrate the best in LA sports. It's next Sunday, 8:30, right here on FSN Prime Ticket. Inside of 4 to play. Still waiting word from the locker room on Andrew Bynum with the Lakers up by 13, 76-63. Median importance, though, the condition for Andrew Bynum. Extra pass is Bobby Jones. And Bobby Brown cleared it out. Middle. Shot clock down. Gasol had to. That's his range right there. High post, 15, 16-footer. Passed on it originally, and then got it. So Gasol up to 15. They're led by Miller's 19, but boy, it's been a long time since Miller has scored. That's because of what Kobe's done. Fish.
Tough shot, a break rhythm shot.
Out of bounds. Lamar doesn't get the loose ball foul, so it's right back to the Grizzlies.
What I call a break rhythm shot is on the catch. If you catch and shoot it immediately, that's a rhythmic shot. But when you catch and then head fake or something and then shoot, it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Gasol, the matchup with Lamar. Little step back. Nice footwork by Pau Gasol. Brings it back to 9.
Nice
76-67.
Nice touch also. Big fella to shoot.
Yeah, soft off the glass. Kobe. Across. Kwame had a beat on it. Out of bounds. It'll belong to the Grizzlies.
Well, you never know with the officials. They're talking about it right now. They may give that to the Lakers. We've got the timeout. 2:39 left in the third. Lakers. Perfection. And that's a great slogan for number 24 because that's why he works as hard as he does. He wants to be known as the best that there ever has been that played at that position. And that's why he pursues perfection. Opposition thinks he's just about there right now. Smiling as they're showing the big screen happy birthday to Ronny Turioff, and a nice reception from the crowd as Ronny turns 25. Scoring leaders, as you see LeBron and Allen Iverson ahead of Kobe, but Kobe's one of those guys, if he wanted to lead the league, he could. He's done it 2 times in a row, so that shouldn't be any importance to him anymore.
Well, still waiting word on the extent of the injury to Andrew Bynum. And when you talk about an injury to Andrew, who's been a second source, the scoring load may pick up for Kobe. If that is the case where Andrew's gone for any time at all.
Well, not only will his scoring load pick up, but the way the Lakers play a little bit will pick up. What I mean by that is they were running a lot of screen and roll with Andrew and then just throwing the lobs. They may not do the same thing with Kwame.
Turnover. Man, bad one for the Lakers. Out of the timeout. It'll be a 3-point opportunity for Bobby Jones. And don't forget, second unit still has to come in. And they're going to start coming in now.
Lamar just picked up his 4th.
And Jordan Farmar almost picked up a tee.
So both Lamar and Luke Walton going to the sideline, or Trevor Ariza joins Ronny in replacing the 2 of them. So out of a timeout, you turn it over and give up a 3-point play. So the lead could go down to 6.
Bobby Jones trying to find a home. He was with the Nuggets just a couple of days before they had to guarantee his contract. Was waived and released by Denver. 9-1 run for the Grizzlies. Lakers down by 6. It still belong to the Lakers.
Trevor that time showed the ball over his head, trying to throw it into Kwame in the post, but the defense read that too. That's where a ball fake, throw the ball to the corner to Jordan Farmar. Jordan has a wide open look.
Kobe up against Jones, and space. It was short. Tried to crawl over the rim. Gasol, another board. So he's got a double-double at 17 and 13. And he's been big for them tonight, because a couple of his running mates haven't done much, especially Rudy Gay, 4 of 16 down to the baseline. 2 minutes to play. Gasol, the mismatch with Farmar. It'll be Milicic. And Bonnie will clear it out. Still with the left hand.
It's not a big deal that he's always shooting it with his left hand, but show me something else when you get the ball in the paint. Because defensively, I start reading that, and I know what to expect and how to play you.
Kobe sets up, and the extra pass is Ariza.
Way off.
Not even close. You know, Jordan, as hot as he's been, I know he wanted to get the assist and set up Ariza, but Farmar has been for a higher percentage from beyond the arc. So the Lakers shooting percentage way down. Turioff denied, as Conley almost got called for using the off arm.
Should have been called for using the off arm.
Farmar over to Roney, and Roney will shoot 2 as Darko just picked up his 4th. So they sit down with 4.
Help and recover. That may be one of the hardest things there is to do defensively, where you give help, then have to recover back to your man. Darko steps out to stop Jordan, but then has to get back to Roney. Doesn't get in position enough time and picks up the foul.
Well, Kobe's going to get a break as Javaris Crittenden's going to be checking in after the first free throw. So on his 25th birthday, the guy with one of the biggest hearts in the world gets the first of 2. Kobe gets a break with 69 seconds left in the third.
I'm going to tell you who's happy about that break for Kobe. Mike Miller.
Now he says, get me the ball.
He hasn't scored a point since he got the quick 19. Kobe has shadowed him. I mean, absolutely shadowed him.
So the man from Martinique back for one more at the stripe. And 1 of 2. So the Lakers still up 77-70, but a big drop-off in production here in the third offensively. Can't get loose, especially on that man. So Trevor Ariza matching up with Mike Miller. Shot clock down on Conley with the right hand. It wasn't close. That was an interesting release.
That was an interesting choice of shots by Conley to go with the right hand jumper.
Farmar 2 for 1. That's what he was looking at. But man, that was a deep 3.
He's getting the 2 for 1. It's just that first of the 2 comes up dry.
So low percentage 3 for Jordan Farmar. A good 5 feet beyond the 3-point line straight away. Conley wanted to go back to Gasol. That was taken away. Gay overdue. Now, final shot time for the Lakers. It'll be Crittenden. Leaving it off. Good pass. Farmar for 3. Got it! They collaborated well that time. Lakers by 10.
Nice little drop-off pass by Crittenden. Very nice recognition, and the 2 of them slap hands going off the court as they combine for the final 3 points of the quarter. Jordan said, I might have missed the last one, but this one is nothing but bottom. Into the fourth quarter, the first half quarter, the Lakers, a big drop-off, 25%. How much of it was after Andrew Bynum left the game with a knee injury? And that's the story. Whether the Lakers win or lose is totally irrelevant in this game. The injury to Andrew Bynum is the story, as he went up for a rebound and somehow came down and got his foot caught with Lamar's foot. The knee somehow was injured, and he had to be helped to the locker room, and that is a serious, serious sight.
Trevor Ariza Almost coming up with the steal. It's like the knee buckled the way he grabbed the outside of the left knee. It's just a sick feeling for all of us here. And all of you, of course, at home as we head over now and let's get the latest from the locker room with Patrick O'Neill. Patrick?
All right, Joel, thank you. This is what the report is right now. They're hoping it's just a sprain. X-rays, they have an X-ray machine here at Staples Center, are negative. He's going to get an MRI tomorrow morning. I will say this, the entire Lakers staff is back there. You have Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss is back there. And word I'm getting is that Andrew is in a great deal of pain. But again, they're just hoping this is a sprain. We'll get an MRI tomorrow. Back to you.
Yeah, Luke Walton. Usually you don't throw it back to your rim, and he did exactly that.
You never save the ball on the defensive end. If you're going to try to save it, throw it all as far as you can the other way.
80-72. 19 points for Gasol. That was a gift. Crittenden running the offense with Jordan Farmar. Kwame, little jump hook. Ariza had the inside position, won't quit on it. Great effort by Trevor Ariza. And on the ground, through his legs, it'll be picked up by Crittenden. Boy, the scramble. And Javaris rolls it home. Ariza went to get it done.
Ariza should get an assist.
And it's thrown away. Rudy Gay, what a night he's having. Just the presence of Farmar on his blind side.
Well, he knew Jordan was coming. He tried to get the ball back to Conley in a hurry, but I don't know where he thought Conley was going to be because he throws it right out of bounds. That last play we talked about, though, with the hustle from Trevor and Kwame going to the ground, but nice hustle by Trevor. And then the Lakers, on this possession, can get the ball inbounded and have to use a timeout. 10:52 to go in the fourth. The Lakers up by double figures. They lead it by 10.
Raptors, double overtime victory, a Sunday afternoon affair, and they like that up in Toronto. They beat the Blazers. This is going to be a real interesting run for the Blazers because starting today, 10 of their next 16 are away from home. So we'll find out how that young team responds to a tough road schedule. Well, that guy's responding well despite physically not being 100%. That's Kobe Bryant. And Kobe so far has 29, so the X-ray is negative, but as we all know now, MRIs are the definitive look, not X-rays, and especially when it comes to a knee. Be a shove inside. Rudy Gay's just frustrated now, isn't he?
Well, I mean, that time trying to push Luke Walton off the box. Luke was trying to post him up, had good position, and Rudy just gave him a shove and gets caught.
4 for 18 will do it for you, and especially when you had that last turnover.
Yeah, frustration makes you do some strange things sometimes.
Javaris setting up Kwame. And Rudy Gay got involved. Jump ball. But Javaris always looking in. And that's the toughest thing for Javaris Crittenden right now. Trying to play it to when he's always had the ball in his hands.
Well, Kwame, recipient of that pass from Javaris, and gets tied up by Rudy Gay. You know, ideally you would like to see your bigs always keep the ball over their head, but that's not realistic. You have to bring the ball down sometimes just to thrust yourself to jump. That's like you're on the free throw line defensively, and before you can jump, you have to really get your hands down and then thrust them back up to get the kind of elevation you like.
Shot clock down. Crittenden saw it, so he's up. And Javaris, a couple of early buckets. 84-72.
Well, he sure broke off somebody with that crossover. Good thing he's got a good trainer in Memphis. His ankle will be full.
Navarro was backpedaling. Lowry trying to lob it. Man, a little touch by Pau Gasol, and it was behind Gasol. That was a nice adjustment by Pau.
Nice touch by Pau. He's got real good touch.
You said it, though. Soft touch. And we saw that off the glass. 21 and 15 with 6 assists for Gasol. Kwame showing him. Thought he'd go and hand it off. Instead, it was a jump hook. And Trevor Ariza took it away from Gasol. Resets it. So there's what we've talked about since the acquisition. This is game number 22. Crittenden. Javaris feeling it. Gets a triple.
Javaris is loosened up now.
We've talked about it. The Lakers have a major talent in the making, and Javaris Crittenden is just refining those skills. And scoring a plus 17 for the Lakers. Miller. He hasn't scored since the second quarter.
Let me tell you something about Miller. When the score was 40-37, he had attempted 11 shots. 40-37, the Lakers led by 3. He has since attempted 2 since that time. I'd say they've locked him up just a bit as we look at the Carl's Jr. Exmo of Javaris Critton knocking down to 3. Hey, rotation isn't what you would like it to be, but the results, who cares about the rotation? I mean, that thing was splash.
Yeah, he gets the minutes. It's a great investment in time. We all know that. He's got the eventual skill. He's got things that you can't teach. And he's a big guard as well. He's got size. And we always talk about the Pistons guards with Phillips, and now they got Stuckey and Aflalo, and they've done a good job of drafting big, thick guards. Well, that's what the Lakers have now in Javaris Critton for down-the-road purposes. 19th overall selection. Farmar got the foul. Lowry shoots 2. That's 7 in short minutes right now for Javaris. How about 7 in 4 minutes? He can thank Trevor Ariza for the little runner, though, his first basket. So it's back to an 11-point game. 87-76. 9+ to play in the fourth. Still anybody's, especially when they're facing the Grizzlies. Luke. I guess he was too close. Trying to keep it alive. Touched it last. Man, frustrating. I don't blame him. Hakeem Warwick has come into the game as Rudy Gay sat down.
So that'll be Luke's responsibility to keep Warwick off the glass. I tell you, you give him a chance for an offensive rebound, he'll be sitting next to your coach.
Well, the Lakers got Ariza 4. Defending guys, and Miller got inside that time.
First shot for him in quite a long time.
As you said, he hasn't scored since the second. That's his third shot since that goal. So he's now got 21. Kobe shut him down completely. Luke. And Warwick's got the length, but he came over the back and reached through the bottom.
And the only reason why the foul was called was because Luke pretended like he was boxing out. When you get a guy on your hip, you just can't let him circle around. You keep moving your feet as well. And Luke did a good job of trying to stay with it, and he had to come over the back and get the foul.
Sold it. Sold it well. So the Lakers by 9, 87-78.
Zone.
Out of the timeout, the walk they call on Critton.
Yeah, I think he did walk.
Took a run before he put it down. For the Lakers, it is their 9th turnover. They've been a clean team when it comes to turnovers in this stretch, in this run. 15 out of the last 18. 14 in the last game. And it was basically 11 until the garbage time. Hillary Gasol. And out of bounds. Inside of 8 to play. They're just hanging around. You got to worry about games like this.
That's the way Pau Gasol likes to do his offense, though. He likes to catch it face up without dribbling because he keeps it high on his shot and doesn't really jump that high. When you close, when you think that shot's going, then he takes you off the dribble. He's a very clever big.
But speculation regarding Gasol as Farmar working against Lowry. We'll get it back on a stutter step. A little step back. It's a bad look. Boy, can Warwick get up there? Man, did he elevate. But a lot of people have said that there's still the potential of a trade with Gasol going to Chicago. Lowry almost turned it over. The pressure of Luke Walton gambling just about paid off. And Chicago lost tonight by 21 at Atlanta. Bobby's got the miss by Hakeem Warwick. So the Lakers not lighting it up completely offensively. And Critton called the charge. Lowry got over there in time.
You can see Javaris, his eyes got big when he saw that lane. He turned the corner. He says, whoa, I'm going to show something here. And all of a sudden, he runs into some contact. And Lowry picks up the offensive foul. Ball was slipping out of his hands as his concentration got broken with that offensive foul.
7 to play. Interesting time for the Lakers. Navarro, real quiet tonight. Gets the runner. Nobody denied the dribble penetration after he turned the corner. It's down to 7. 87-80. Farmar can't put it to double figures early in the shot clock. Real early took that three.
And next dead ball, Phil Jackson will come back with a couple of his starters, one of which is number 24.
Lowry, and he was going for the pass to Gasol. Good job by Kwame. They still have 9 on the shot clock.
Yeah, he definitely was going for the lob. Good thing that Kwame got his big mitt in there because Powell would have had an easy opportunity. Good recognition.
46% for the Lakers after 56% of the half, and Lewis fall away. Mike Miller warming up, down to 5. 8-0 run for Memphis. What meant when you see a team just hanging around like Memphis has.
Especially when you're on the road, you want your team to let's just keep contact until late in the fourth quarter, when we got a chance to pull one out.
Luke Walton on a spin, gets away from Warwick, and then it's denied in a big way, and then Luke's got the loose ball foul, which is the second team foul on the Lakers.
There's that dead ball, and here comes Kobe, here comes Lamar. As Luke, you're going against Warwick, you better be able to get up off the ground a little bit because he didn't really elevate that time, but got all ball, and then Luke gets all body.
Roney's going to be checking in for Kwame. That's a long run for Kwame. So Roney steps in along with Lamar and Kobe, joining Luke and Jordan Farmar on the floor.
What that does now for Pau Gasol is now he really has to move his feet defensively because Roney will take him out around the perimeter and run a lot of stuff.
Roney, boy, did he cup that. Navarro gets the 3. A couple of games ago he had 20 at Sacramento, the 3-point loss, and a technical is called.
On who?
I believe Kobe.
Well, Kobe's probably complained about the dribble by Miller.
Carried it. That's what I brought up. Didn't change hands. So 2-point game, and now Mike Miller can make it 1.
Well, the play that got Kobe upset was this play right here. Ooh, I'd say that is definitely illegal. There's no question. When the officials look at that after the game, and all the officials, they review tape after the game, when they see that one, they're going to say, our bad.
And Kobe demonstrating it as we speak to the officials.
Well, when we come back, the Lakers are going to have to reestablish control of this game because we've got a game. When you see it with the naked eye than it does when you see it usually on replay. But the replay, this even looks worse than the naked eye. That is an absolute farce of a dribble, and they didn't call that? How could 3 officials miss this play? Look at that. Woo! I'd say that bears a technical. I'd have been upset too, Cole. That was ridiculous.
1-point game now as Mike Miller gets the free throw. Kobe's still discussing it with Derek Stafford in disbelief. Now, the biggest difference right now, it's a 3-point shooting team, Memphis. And the Lakers have fallen into their game. They've fallen in love with the 3. They've taken 23. They dominated points in the paint in the first half, but it's been Memphis with the bulk of them now. Kobe drawing a lot of attention. Lamar, the extra pass. And Roney blocked by Hakeem Warwick. So now Memphis looking for the first lead since the first half. They led early in the game in the first quarter by 5. Kyle Lowry has done it. Not Conley. Lowry has been on the floor during the run. Navarro wanted to go back in and stays out. Lowry leaving it off, and Warwick couldn't ask for a better look, and the Lakers beating the punch. Lowry coming back from out of bounds after he kicked it.
Nobody's guarding him.
And with the right hand, he's going to lay it. And I talked about points in the paint. How about now the points in the paint in the second half? 22-8 Memphis after the Lakers led 32-22 points in paint at the break.
Well, you got to remember a lot of that's because of the absence of Andrew.
It'll be Kobe wide open for 3. Man, right back to Luke. So fresh shot clock for the Lakers, but they're down for the first time in the second half. 88-87 Memphis. Kobe. Same result. And boy, you can't miss any more badly than that.
You're right.
That didn't even get ripped. So Kobe up against Mike Miller. You saw the roll man. Boy, he had work for it. Duncan went inside. Instead, Lowry for 3. Break. It tried to go in.
Well, he got tapped.
Inside of 4:05 and counting. Kobe all the way to the hole. Finally, the high percentage look. That stops a 14-0 run to give the Lakers the lead.
But look at how quickly they get the ball in the operational zone. Lakers a little slow getting back.
Gasol trying to give it back to him. Miller rattles a three. 2-point Memphis lead. You let him hang around, this is what happens. 91-89. Miller with 8 points over the last few minutes. Fish right by everybody, but Gasol got back. Luke will save it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. You don't have to rush. Wrap around, Roney, and a loose ball foul. Roney catches it. He's got a layup.
Yeah, that was a tough one, though, because he tried to wrap around, as you described it. You lose sight of that pass for a brief moment. That would have been, Luke would have been better served to just dribble that one back out. Started with the block by Gasol. And right here, once he got in here, he decided that he's going to attack. Got away with possibly an offensive foul, but it ends up with the foul on Roney as he just about decapitates Lowry.
Roney will sit down. 13 foul on the Lakers. There's 2 so far on the Grizzlies here in the fourth. Kwame Brown checks back in for the final 3.5 due to the absence and the injury to the left knee of Andrew Bynum. Rudy Gay surprisingly back into the game. They made the run without him. He's got it deep into the clock, and Luke Walton's got the takeaway. So Gay, another turnover. Fish on the crossover, the run, and the three-point opportunity.
There's that body of Derek Fisher. Boy, he can absorb some contact. He gets into the lane and just throws his body into the defender, develops that contact as Luke starts it off with having his hands up. Ball over to the offensive player's head. Only one place you can pass it. Then Derek, contact, bounce, basket. 3-point opportunity to give the Lakers the lead.
Derek will fourth Laker in double figures if he gets there. He's already got his misses for the night at the free throw line, doesn't he? That was short out of his hand. And Lamar will give the Lakers the basketball back. Fish for 3. That was way out there. And Hakeem Warwick kept it away. Now they've got numbers as the Lakers went after the offensive glass, and Fish took it away. Coming up, it's Lamar losing it, and it'll be back to Mike Miller. No, a foul. Lamar got the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. He's still on the deck, unfortunately.
I'll tell you something right now. Lowry made a pretty good play on that one as Lamar went to the floor after the block. May have hit his head on one of the steel cameras down under the basket, but nice effort by Lowry after the turnover. He comes out of nowhere, gets the block, gets the foul. We'll have free throws when we come back.
Big. Ronny Turiaf before the Bigs tonight on his 25th birthday. Everywhere he's been, he has opened the heart for the communities that have surrounded him, and, well, it was his big heart that almost failed him. Ronny Turiaf before the Bigs tonight. 9:30 on FSN West.
Last 6.5 minutes, the Lakers have only put up 4 points, while the Grizzlies have put up 17. That's why we've got a tie ball game. So the Lakers have to somehow get their act together.
Lamar is going to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Well, the Grizzlies always give the Lakers fits, and that's why it was a positive when the Lakers blew them away. On Tuesday night, Lamar gets the first. He tries to become the 5th Laker, or make it the 4th Laker. Fish missed that free throw. He would have been the 4th. Now Lamar tries to become the 4th to get into double figures. Lamar at 9 and 9 thus far. And does exactly that. 93-91. Premium on the stops now in the final 3.
And also a premium on the defensive glass. Force a miss, it's got to be 1 and out.
Gasol's 18, and that's rebounds. Tie his career high. The double on Gasol. It frees up the shooter. Kwame came out, and it made a difference. It'll be picked up by Lowry. Look at a fresh shot clock. But a good close and challenge. Lowry setting up the shooter. And you got to stay on. Lowry's wide open.
Well, it was a mismatch. Somehow Kwame ended up on Lowry on that last offensive rebound, and the Lakers didn't talk and try to switch back and paid the play.
So Navarro on the 3, and Kobe shoots 2. And I said Lowry, but it's Navarro. And Navarro's got 8. He had 20 in Sacramento. He's been through some stretches, though, where he has not been there for this team. In fact, he had a 3-game slump. He had just 3 of his previous 22, but he's bounced back on the road trip. Now Kobe trying to give the Lakers the lead. 12 of 13 to the strike. The Laker fans, look for the Virgin America button on Lakers.com for your chance to win a Lakers road trip for 2, which includes game tickets, round-trip airfare on Virgin America, hotel accommodations, opportunity to be a Lakers player. Visit Lakers.com. All the official entry form and complete rules. Virgin America, this is how to fly. Lakers by a point, but can they get the stops? And deny the perimeter.
Talked about the offensive rebounding situation. Last trip down, they didn't cover up their offensive rebound.
Now Warwick, he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Kwame bodied him up.
Too much. Bodied him up into a position where he picked up the foul, so Hakeem Warwick will be going to the line to see about knocking down a couple of free throws. Nice pass from Gasol. Our Exmo shows a couple of head fakes, and Kwame out of position. No question about the foul. The body, the head, everywhere.
Yeah, arms down as well. So Warwick, first free throws. And he ties things up at 95. He had 15 points in 22 minutes on Tuesday night against the Lakers. And this is a guy that's just struggling to get off the bench. But not given him the opportunity. I'm surprised that he hasn't seen more with the way it's been for Rudy Gay. 4 of 18 with the turnovers. He gives them the lead. Minute 53 to play. Grizzlies 96 to 95. Starting 5 out there with the exception, of course, of Andrew Bynum, who was injured. Now Kobe. Somebody else going to step up. Has to. Luke. The floater and Lamar. Boy, bobbled the foul. And it comes out to the Grizzlies. So it's right there for the taking.
That's the second time in the last 5 minutes that Lamar has bobbled a pass or bobbled the ball. Now it puts the real premium on this end of the floor.
Kwame, you don't want to send a shooter to the free throw line.
Gamble. He could sneak attack and steal the ball there, but picked up nothing but body, and now free throws coming to Navarro.
Juan Carlos Navarro, 27-year-old from Barcelona, here because he can shoot, and also his relationship with Pau Gasol. Gasol was begging them to sign this young man who played for FC Barcelona since the 97-98 season. I knew it would work. Misses the first of 2.
Taking credit for that one, but you don't take any blame for the others. Come on. Come on, man.
Second round pick of Washington in 2002. And he missed both. Out of bounds. It will belong to the Lakers. Go figure. I mean it.
That's why you
believe that?
Try to figure this game out.
Wow.
10 guys to the line that are good shooters. They miss. And you send Masons to the line. They surprise you and make 1 or 2.
So the Lakers with the ball, but the Grizzlies have the lead. Going to be a pick set up for Kobe.
Double team on him.
Blowing past a couple, and on the reverse, he will shoot 2.
Well, if you're going to double him, then you surely cannot allow him to get that kind of dribble penetration. They're there, and somehow he gets around Navarro and gets into the painted area and gets fouled. I mean, right there, he just attacked the weakest side of that double team and gets into the paint. So 2 more free throws for Kobe.
He is 12 of 13, make it 13 of 14. It was almost short. It's crawled over, didn't it?
This isn't horseshoes.
96 apiece.
You wanted to see a close game, didn't you?
Yeah, sure.
You don't like close games?
I like a 6-game winning streak's even better.
Sure, a 6-game winning streak after a close game?
97-96. Lakers. Minute to play in regulation.
Lakers don't want the fans to leave early.
First of a back-to-back. There's the guy who had the hot hand early. Kwame coming out. Wanted to go back on the deflection. Kwame's got it. Up ahead, Kobe. Trying to lose Miller. And it'll be going down anyway. And it was goaltending, I believe, by Lowry. Anyway,
it was going to go down. So a timeout should be, timeout.
It looked like Lowry got it, though, after it hit the glass.
Good job by the Lakers of getting their hands up as Mike Miller was trying to get the ball to Pau Gasol on the pick and roll. They deflect it, they get it, and then they end up with the basket. 99-96. it in, and the basket counts. Kobe with 37 as Mike Miller tried to draw the charge, and Kobe jumped over the right shoulder, avoided that, and gets the easy hoop. Ball's up there, touched the glass. The official should have signaled that was goaltending, but they didn't. It goes in anyhow, but I think they should have signaled that would have been goaltending.
Well, this next sequence could determine the game for the Lakers. So 37 back-to-back this weekend for Kobe.
Here's what you do defensively, in my mind. You try to make them use up as much of the clock, the 24-second clock, as you can. You do not foul, and you do not give a three-point opportunity, because then you put them in a position where if it's under 24 when the Lakers get it, they have to foul themselves.
Now they bring Rudy Gay back onto the floor.
Well, he's their leading scorer. I would say, yeah, he's more of an offensive threat than Hakeem Ward.
So here we go.
But Mike Miller is the danger guy.
He goes in quickly to Gasol. Kwami's got him. Now Navarro.
See, one thing you didn't want to give up.
And they get it. Rudy Gay, gets the three.
And they get the last shot. That's the thing. That's why you don't give up a three-point basket.
Now Kobe. Fish available in the corner. Now clock consideration. It'll be Luke out top. By Gasol. Leaves it off. Kwame blows the dunk. Wow. Tied at 99. It's going back to Memphis. What a gift. And they're calling a foul. Kwame will go to the line to shoot two.
That's a good foul if you're the Grizzlies. But even with the foul, they hit him on the head. It shouldn't have affected a two-hand dunk. He's there. He gets hit. But look, it's the continuation play. That should have been a basket and one. And now Kwame going to the line. He's not a confident free throw shooter to start with. Now he's got the pressure of two free throws with 9 seconds of a tie ball game.
He's missed his only two tonight. On the season, he is 11 for 29, below 40%.
If they call that on Gay, he's out of here.
Yeah, that was the 41% was before the 0 for 2. Gay is gone. That's his sixth foul. So he didn't make many. He only made 5 of 19, but he hit the biggest shot of the night for the Memphis Grizzlies. As they spaced, and they had a design out of the timeout and got it done.
Well, they tried to just take the ball out of Kobe's hands, which they did, but in doing so, the double team on Kobe always leaves somebody free somewhere. They found the open man. He just wasn't able to convert on the shot attempt. Now he's got to go to the line, and you can see how he's thinking about it.
Right, it's almost like a timeout. They used all 30.
That's smart on the Grizzlies' part.
To get Darko back into the game. So Kwame trying to give the Lakers the lead.
And Darko's in to get the rebound because they're going to take a timeout.
Okay, one done. Now, the second. So 1 point lead. Kwame off the bench. 25 minutes of play. With 6 boards. That's his third point. And they make it a 2-point lead.
Well, he better. Seriously, that way you can play a little bit more aggressively defensively.
And Luke didn't get the timeout. Yeah, it'll go the other way.
Yeah, they changed that rule. You can't be falling out of bounds and call a timeout. So the Grizz will take the ball with 7.5 seconds to play. The Lakers by 1. Short. Luke trying to get to it. He does get to it, but steps out of bounds trying to call the timeout. Had his back to the floor. Kobe was the closest guy. If he could have just flicked it back in bounds on the end where you don't throw it in bounds, he did. It led to a Grizzlies basket. And this end, the end where you can possibly get away with it sometimes, he did. So
the
situation is all about the Laker defense. Defense without fouling.
7.5 seconds left. A lot of time for the Grizzlies to get a good look. Miller originally, and almost a turnover. Lowry now got to stop the ball. They didn't call the foul, batted out. It'll be Warwick to the win. No.
Are you kidding me?
No foul called underneath.
I don't believe that one. Seriously. I mean, there's another example of the officials not wanting to do what they say is decide the game. But they're not deciding the game by not making the call. They're deciding the game when they referee the way the game's supposed to be played and refereed. That was a great attack, in my estimation, by Lowry. He goes in, he gets the contact. The only thing he didn't get was the whistle. That was a great attack.
And it appears to be a gift.
I mean, soon as Kwame left his feet.
And he was inside the circle when he went up.
That takes care of the charge. There was contact. But the Lakers aren't going to complain. They're going to run into the locker room and celebrate a little bit.
6th straight win for the first time. That long a winning streak for the Lakers since the 2003-2004 season. Lakers win by 1. Let's head downstairs to Patrick O'Neal. Patrick.
All right, Joel, thanks.